Every adventure lover definitely has a list of the most beautiful islands in the world they'd love to visit someday. Most islands seem like beautiful places at first glance, but appearances can be deceiving. Today we'll share with you 12 dangerous islands you must never visit, so stay tuned and let's get right into it. Number 12. Poveglia Island, Northern Italy. The island of Poveglia is located between Venice and Lido, in the region of northern Italy. The island first appears in the historical record in 421, and was populated until the residents fled warfare in 1379. For more than 100 years, beginning in 1776, the island was used as a quarantine station for those suffering the plague and other diseases. From the 1800s to the early part of the 1900s, the island was turned into a mental asylum, the Poveglia Asylum. Everybody knew that this place was for anything but rehabilitation. The resident doctor carried out strange and bizarre experiments on the patients, which caused a lot of death and irreversible damage to them. Sometime in the 1930s, the doctor himself turned mad and took his own life. Number 11. Bikini Atoll, Marshall Islands. Bikini Atoll, sometimes known as the Escholtz Atoll, between the 1800s and 1946, is a coral reef in the Marshall Islands consisting of 23 islands, surrounding a 229.4 square mile, 594.1 kilometers squared, central lagoon. After the Second World War, 167 of the atoll's inhabitants were forcibly relocated in 1946, after which the islands and lagoon were the site of 23 nuclear tests by the United States until 1958. In 1970, about 200 residents were returned to their home island by the U.S. government, but scientists found dangerously high levels of strontium-90 in well water in May 1978, and the residents' bodies were carrying abnormally high concentrations of cesium-137. That's why they were evacuated again in 1980. Number 10. Eniwetok Atoll, Marshall Islands. West of Bikini Atoll lies Eniwetok, where a concrete dome was placed to deposit radioactive soil and debris. After coming under U.S. control following World War II, all residents were evacuated. 43 nuclear tests were fired between 1948 and 1958. Most of the atoll is not fit for human habitation due to high contamination and radioactivity. It's projected to be safe for tenancy by 2027. Number 9. Saba Island, Caribbean. Saba, the smallest island of the Netherlands, is known as the unspoiled queen of the Caribbean. Visitors often explore its pristine beauty and rich ecosystem, as well as scuba diving and hiking. Despite this, the small island of Saba is considered dangerous because of multiple episodes of severe hurricanes. The Caribbean Hurricane Network reported that Saba Island had been hit by the heaviest hurricanes in the past 150 years, more than any other island on Earth. If you ever want to visit Saba, only go during the winter. You don't want to be caught on Saba Island in the high temperature of the hot springs. Number 8. Greenard Island, Scotland. Considered Great Britain's wildest and least inhabited corner, Greenard Island is located in Greenard Bay, about halfway between Garlock and Ullapool. The small, oval-shaped island became dangerous after experiments with the anthrax bacterium were carried out by the British government. It was a site for biological warfare testing during World War II, which led to the deadly pollution of the island. Many sheep were infected with anthrax and later died, which demanded that the government quarantine the island. Even though Greenard Island was decontaminated in the 1980s, it has still been uninhabited and anthrax spores are still present in the soil. Number 7. North Sentinel Island, India. One of the Andaman Islands, the North Sentinel Island is located on the Bay of Bengal, India. North Sentinel Island is home to the Sentinelese, a group of indigenous people unreceptive toward anyone from the outside world for the last 60,000 years. This island is so dangerous that even the government of India has made it illegal for its people to go within 3 miles of it. The Sentinelese aggressively attack visitors with deadly spears and arrows. In fact, 2 fishermen who wandered into the North Sentinel Island were killed by archers in 2006. Why exactly the Sentinelese aggressively reject contact with visitors who attempt to set foot on the island remains confusing, but the fact remains they want to be left alone. Number 6. Miyake-jima Island, Japan. Miyake-jima is a volcanic island in the Philippine Sea, southeast of Tokyo, Japan. Its natural inhabitants are constantly under threat from volcanic emissions. The highest elevation on the island, Mount Oyama, is an active volcano that has erupted multiple times throughout history. The most recent volcanic eruptions lasted for 4 years, leading to a constant flow of toxic sulfur vapors on the island. Alarms go off across the island whenever there's a dangerous increase in the levels of poisonous sulfuric gas in the air. If you're visiting this island, you will be required to carry a gas mask at all times. Because of the unpredictability of air quality becoming toxic, Miyake-jima, the gas mask island, is a dangerous place to visit. Number 5. Farallon Islands, USA. The Farallon Islands are a group of islands off the coast of San Francisco, United States. The Farallon Islands are home to the largest seabird colony and a variety of other wildlife, including seal species, whales, and dozens of great sharks. It has one of the greatest concentrations of great white sharks in the world, earning itself the name Devil's Teeth Islands. But long ago, seabirds and sharks weren't the only inhabitants. Humans used to live on the Farallon Islands. According to U.S. Geological Survey, about 48,000 drums of low-level radioactive waste were dumped into the sea around the islands between 1946 and 1970. The Farallon became completely off-limits to the public and only accessible to a few conservation scientists. The exact current location of the waste containers and the potential hazard to the environment remains unclear. Number 4. Reunion Island, Indian Ocean. Located in the Indian Ocean east of Madagascar, the flora of Reunion has a great diversity of natural environments. This island is home to many bird species and rich marine biodiversity. However, the island is dangerous for one reason. Deadly sharks populate its shores. It's home to a variety of shark species, such as whale sharks, blue sharks, bull sharks, tiger sharks, coral sharks, and many more. Shark attacks on Reunion Island have led to the killing of 9 tourists between 2010 and 2017. For this reason, swimming and surfing are prohibited around the island. Number 3. Ramri Island, Myanmar. Ramri Island in Myanmar is home to the largest population of saltwater crocodiles, the largest reptiles in the world. The deadliest crocodile attack in recorded history happened on Ramri Island towards the end of World War II. Hundreds of Japanese soldiers who survived the battle met their doom when they chose to escape through the marshes that surrounded the island, where they were unfortunately killed in the crocodile-infested waters. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, this was the greatest disaster suffered by humans from animals. Ramri Islands is not the typical vacation spot you're used to seeing. It's an absolute nightmare. Number 2. Ilha da Queimada Island, Brazil. Ilha da Queimada Grande, also known as Snake Island, is an island off the coast of Brazil in the Atlantic Ocean. Almost every Brazilian knows about the island, but most would never dream of going there. It's infested with between 2,000 and 4,000 golden lancehead vipers, one of the deadliest snakes in the entire world. These vipers' venom can kill a person in under an hour, and numerous local legends tell of the horrible fates that awaited those who wandered onto the shores of Snake Island. From 1909 to the 1920s, a few people did live on the island in order to run its lighthouse, but according to another local tale, the last lighthouse keeper, along with his entire family, died when a cadre of snakes slithered into his home through the windows. Number 1. Australia. This island continent has more venomous snakes than any other nation. The sharks and deadly spiders don't help the surfing paradise's reputation either. A lot of saltwater crocodiles live here too, and they have the most powerful bite of any species. Another danger is the southern blue-lined octopus because of its highly toxic venom. A single bite leads to paralysis in a few minutes, followed by heart failure. So guys, this concludes our list, and if you enjoyed it, make sure to let us know in the comments section below. And until next time, goodbye!